Greeting everyone. This is a very tiring day for me. I noticed that after I finish work on Monday, Tuesday is a very tiring day. It's a gloomy day, so I end up not doing much. A lot of productive work. I end up is resting. And I think today's reading and sharing is relatively short again, but very deep in the sense that it's really looking. I think for the past last week and this week, it's not looking at our life. What are we doing? How are we guide to others? How are we? Do we know that we have the responsibility of leading other people, or that we are just blindly doing things? I think that's something really that we can think about. So today we continue St. Paul's letter to the Thessalonians, in encouraging and in letting them know about again who should they listen to. Rest assured is very assuring them about the journey. I think it was assuring us about our journey and what are the things to really look for in this journey. And Matthew, again, Jesus continued calling the Pharisees, his continuation yesterday. You blind guys, blind. Are we really? We know that we have the responsibility, and we know that we can be blind in leading and these blind guides, Pharisees and hypocrites, not practicing what they preach, only focusing on the outside, not the inside practices, because I think sometimes we are very fearful of looking in to ourselves. I think really hope that we can spend some time reflect on ourselves. That's why I say it's short readings but yet very deep. So when we judge, when we follow tradition, do we just follow them blindly, just noticing outside, just commenting about people's wrongdoing? I think what really set me to think about when people are late for mass, what are we doing? I think one of the really things that really keep me thinking, struck me thinking, is a lot of current issues are happening now. Yes, it could be the people very frequent late for mass, but I think the mass timing sometimes do impact a lot of people's schedules, and of course we are supposed to change our schedules, and we've placed God first, change our schedules, but I think the publicity, the announcement, maybe it's not enough for us, for the parishioners, to know that there is a change of mass timing. People come and we have to reject them and all. So this is really something that is bothering me a lot. What happened on last weekend when I was doing duty, about us rejecting people entering church. So do we teach and lead blindly? Do we actually guide others blindly without knowing ourselves, knowing what we are doing? We are just caring about things in the external and not looking deep inside, which is bring on the next point. Do we observe our blind spots? I think sometimes I tend to teach my daughter and guide my daughter, but sometimes I really forget that sometimes I also lose my temper, which my wife has always pointed out. You are also blowing up. You are being very harsh. You are being very irrational at times. I think I really have to observe myself, although I cannot always use the part where you make me angry. I think that's what Michael is doing now. So it's what Jesus mentioned is harsh, but it's a wake-up call. Am I a guide? But yes, it's blind, because my ways is supposed to reflect God, and that is what people, my daughter and even people around, are looking, because we're all guides for each other. So my daughter is following my ways. I'm a sinner and I am blind, and this is really leading my daughter blindly. So again, one of the things that my wife has always been very puzzling for her is how can we guide our children when we ourselves are so wounded, full of sin. And I think something I've been always trying to do is really the only person that can guide is God. Yes, that one we all agree. But how do we then do it is really asking God's graces. Is we can actually think after doing a 1 year of reflection, actually we are able to achieve that holiness which God intend for us. Is really we have to pray and allow God to come in our life to make that change so that we can be as holy as God wants us to be. I pray for God guidance to continue sending the graces that I can be a better guide.